What's up with you? For today's video, with a full Acid Moves Pokemon team. Super Bowser, this one is for you. So we've only got a very limited selection of moves here, which is going to make the battles very difficult, but a very fun challenge. If you want your own custom theme team or Pokemon Suite, you can check it out at patreon.com/PIMPNITE, tier 2 and above. Links in the description of the video. I've got two battles today with the Acid Moves only Pokemon team, and I hope you enjoy while I take you on this trip. So my first... Sorry, I had to do that. My first opponent here, this is Super Bowser, and he won to versus his team, so we've got a Snorlax lead. Now, on this team, I've got all the Acid moves. However, I do have some non-moves because they're sort of to help me out here, but I'm not allowed to attack with those moves. I'm only allowed to attack with the moves with Acid in the name, and there's a very short amount of them. So we got a Snorlax lead here, which is very bad because Snorlax is extremely bulky. So first things first there, I went for the Gastro Acid, which suppresses Snorlax's ability. It's going to pop a Metronome and a Shell Smash turn 1. You wouldn't read about it, people. So I'm about to be swept by Tackle here. I'm not even joking. And Snorlax is going to get that fresh attack boost and fresh speed boost there. I guess the only good thing about that is I might be able to take it out quicker. It's going to go for another Metronome and it gets Lunar Dance. Imagine getting Shell Smash on Metronome, then Lunar Dance only on PIMPNITE Shadow Play. This is pure content, so I'm definitely happy that the Snorlax, I'd be so salty that the Snorlax is going to faint right there. Next Pokemon to come out here is going to be Goldeen. Now, straight away, I seen this Goldeen. I knew that it was going to be a troll set, so I'll have to take this out really quick. So go for the Acid Spray on Goldeen. It's bulky. It is very bulky there. It might have Everlight. Horndrill, of course, is going to land on the very first go, and a Selga is going to go down. Now, that Selga was max health, max special attack, and had all the Acid move there. Potato Berry as the item and Unburden as the ability. So I can see that this Goldeen's got leftover. It's got some pretty good bulk to it, I must admit. And now we're going to go into Appletun. Now, Appletun is a very important Pokemon on this team. I've got the moves Apple Acid, Recover, Iron Defense, and Recycle. So what I'm going to be doing here is going for Apple Acid to get rid of the Goldeen. However, we've got the Cryogonal coming in here, and any ice move is going to be very problematic there. So I got some pretty good damage with Apple Acid here. I mean, it'll take probably two more of them to actually take this thing out. Swapping out Appletun, I'm very scared of an ice type move. I do have Thick Fat though, but I still don't want to take any attacking moves, and more on those EVs later. So going into Octillery here, Octillery actually had the Soak and Acid Spray, which is going to be really handy. Now this is a Soak, Acid Spray, Focus Energy, Substitute set. I've got the ability Sniper and the item as Salic Berry, max health, max speed, timid nature. So what I want to do is go really fast and try and get some sniper crits on the Acid Spray. I felt like after a while it would really rack up. So it's a Troll Cryogonal set, as we all know. I'm going to go for Focus Energy here. I've got the substitute up, so things are looking pretty good right now. Now, Pikachu is going to destroy me with any sort of electric type move here, so I need to take it out pretty quick. So go for Acid Spray. I believe this should be a 2-hit KO on Pikachu. It's not exactly bulky. However, Pikachu is going to have Volt Tackle, and that's going to destroy me. Even with max health Octillery, Pikachu is very scary, right? So it is going to take some life orb damage here. We're going to go for the Acid Spray, hoping for the crit to get that sniper boost, and it really didn't happen right there. So Pikachu is going to get a special defense drop. Now, swapping out Octillery, and I'm going to go into Sliggoo here. So Sliggoo has got Acid Armor, and it's got Acid Spray. So it's got those two moves here. I'm going to be able to tank that Volt Tackle all day long. So we got the item here. Everlight Hydration is the ability Rest and Rain Dance combination. The EV spread is going to be max health and max defense. And we've got Bold Nature on that. So it's very tanky, you know what I'm saying there. So Pikachu's going to be sliding out. And we've got Ditto coming here. So Ditto is going to actually transform into my Sliggoo here. So we're both going to be Sliggoos. So we're both very bulky, and we don't really do a lot of damage to each other. So go for Acid Spray. As you can see, it's going to do nothing. I've got Everlight, so I'm going to have the advantage here. But I'm going to get a couple of hits on the Ditto. So things looking pretty good right now. One more hit will seriously hurt this Ditto. So the opposing Ditto is also going to go for Acid Spray and drop my special defense, but man, that did nothing. Even 3 of those are going to take a very long time. The thing about Acid Spray is it drops the special defense always by 2 stages. So it's not a bad move, it just has very poor base power. Now, the next Pokemon to come in here, I knew would be Cryogonal. The Lunar Dance from earlier on in the battle from the Snorlax actually finally healed the Cryogonal. So, about Lunar Dance, right? If you don't know, just a fun little fact here. If there isn't any other Pokemon to accept the Lunar Dance, like healing and status healing like that, it'll actually be put on hold until a Pokemon actually has lost some health that swaps in and gets it exactly like this. So it's like a time delay, which is really, really cool. So going into Appletun again here, we got to get this thing off the field, and it's going to start spamming Sheer Cold. So that's a second one-hit KO Pokemon. So go for some more Appalacity on the Crocodile. Good damage. I'm happy with that damage. Very, very happy. This is a really, really thick Appletun, by the way. We've got Max Health, Max Special Defense, and I've also got Bold Nature with the Lumberry and Recycle. So pretty much I won't be fainting anytime soon. So that's going to be the end of that little Crocodile, which is good. So no more Sheer Cold trolling. I'm very happy about that. And now we've got Ditto coming in again. The problem with this Ditto, right, it's had to transform into two really stally Pokemon. And Ditto doesn't do well when it's actually a stalling Pokemon, especially when you transform two. You've only got a limited amount of PP there, so the other Pokemon, has a very, very good advantage over you, especially if they've got, a recovery item or an Everlight or something like that. And a lot of the time, they've got more health than Ditto too, because obviously Ditto, has its health there. So we got the Apple Acids on the Ditto. We're doing some pretty good damage, even though it's not very effective. So a couple more of these should be able to take it out. So this is almost like Metapod versus Metapod Harden, but we are doing a little bit of damage, not like, not just hardening up, we are doing a little bit of damage, and we are dropping each other's special defense. So this is like the longest part of the battle here with the Appletun and Appletun combination here. Normally with this set, I'd like to go for Iron Defense too, then I'd have Recover, so it would be very, very actually hard to fight this Pokemon. You'd have to come in there with a really, really powerful Ice type move. I mean, I've got Max Health, Max Special Defense, I do have Thick Fat, but even though someone could come in with a really, really powerful Ice move and probably, wreck this, or a powerful Dragon type move, that'd be the best way to get around this, I'd say, because, any other status things like Toxic, I can simply heal off with the Lumberry. So getting close to finally taking this Ditto out. Now it's taken like forever. It's going to go for a final Appalacity. I kept getting outsped here too, which is pretty annoying. That's going to drop my special defense there again. Now I'm going to go for the final Appalacid, and that is going to be the end of the Ditto. Finally, we took the Ditto out there. I'm very, very happy about that. I wish Appalacid's animation was cool. Grab Apple? That had a cool animation, but Appalacid's is really boring. You know what I mean? Like, there's one cool one really boring one. I think they should have done like a, cooler animation like that they did for Flapple. So here we go, people. We got a Dynamax Pikachu. Let's say P together. Ready? Watch this. I'm ready to go for a P. All right, here we go. Big Pikachu here. Now, Pikachu, if it hits me with a special attack, I'm probably going to faint here, real talk. However, I know that's a physical set, and it's going to go for a Max Steel Spike, so I know that's got an Iron Tail, We've seen that earlier on, and Pikachu doesn't get any special Steel type moves. So, bye-bye, Appletun. It was a solid performance there. Now, the next Pokemon we're going to bring in here is going to be Slowking. Now, Slowking is a interesting set. We've got Trick and Ring target, so I can land poison type moves on steel types. I've got Slack Off, Acid, and Trick Room. Now, the worst move on this team is Acid, because Acid is exactly the same as Acid Spray, except Acid Spray has a 100% chance to drop the special defense by 2 zones. So essentially, there's no point using the move Acid, but me being me, I was going to use it on another Pokemon, but more on that in a second. So we're going to set the Trick Room up there, and Pikachu is going to paralyze me with its, its G-Max Volt Crash. So that's very, very bad if I can't get this move off. I was thinking about going for a, Slack Off here, and I was like, maybe I should just go for Trick again to get rid of the Light Ball, I have no use now for Ring target. Pikachu without its Light Ball hits like a wet paper bag. So swapping the items around, they're giving a Pikachu a Ring target and getting its Light Ball. It's going to go for a Max, guys, so it might be a mix. That's a mix set, so it is a mix set Pikachu. That was Surf. So we had Volt Tackle, we had Iron Tail, Surf, and something else. I'm not really sure, but it is a mix picker. Next Pokemon's going to be Naganadel. Now, I was talking about how I've got Acid on this team, and I have to use Acid as it's the weakest move. And with such a strong, powerful Pokemon like Naganadel, this is the perfect way to do a PIMPNITE nerf on it. So we've got Acid, Nasty Plot, Gastro Acid, and Laser Focus. What I want to do here is I want to boost myself up. We're going to have a Iron Tail miss from the Pikachu. Excellent. I'm going to go for the Acid there. It's going to come out of my Stinger, and that's going to be the end of the Pikachu. Now, Beast Boost is going to give me a boost in my speed, not my special attack, because I had Nasty Plot for that. which is pretty cool. Now, the item I've got there is Life Orb. You know, when you go for Acid, you get a little bit more damage there. Next Pokemon's this Goldeen. I got to take this out real quick. You know, I'm Desperation Dynamax right here to take a Goldeen. Like, you can roast me in the comments all you like, but I have to do it because I know that it's going to land. Now, Naganadel has got the EV spread as Timid Nature. And we've got max speed and max special attack. So I can go really, really fast and hit, you know, hopefully really, really hard. At some points, I allowed myself to go for the max ooze too, but in most cases, I tried not to Dynamax here, but, you know, another Horn Drill was easily going to take out my Naganadel. If it did, then I'd be stuck with Octillery, and there's no way I could have won this battle, so, or even just stayed into this battle, you know? So that's going to be the end of the Goldeen right there. I'm going to get a Beast Boost in my speed, and I've still got 2 more turns to go. I'm going to take some more Life Orb damage there too. Next Pokemon is going to be Dugtrio. I already know this is going to be a troll set, and it's going to go for Earthquake. So, okay, fair enough. That did a lot of damage to me. The only reason I lived that, because I was in Dynamax. So, go for another Max Ooze here on the Dugtrio. Now, following my own rule with this team, I had to use Acid whenever I had the opportunity. I only used Max Ooze when I absolutely had to. So, what I'm going to do here instead is go for a Max Guard, block that next attack, and then I'm going to finish off the Dugtrio with a Acid. Now, Acid is only 40 base power, so it is very, very weak. But I do have, you know, I've got a Life Orb there, so I you know, got to hope for the best. And I've got a couple of, like, I've got that one Max Ooze too, so that's going to be pretty good. And Dugtrio really isn't the most bulkiest Pokemon in the world. So firing the Acid there once again on the Dugtrio, and Dugtrio actually lives. And you wouldn't read about it. Watch this. It lands a Fissure right after. Come on. So that's the end of Naganadel. I've only got my Octillery left here, and I've got to use Octillery to take out the Dugtrio. Now, I was a little bit worried here that, the Fissure would land a second time, because it already landed, like, a lot of times already with these Scum moves, and thank goodness it missed there. Octillery can go for the Acid Spray. That should be like its ink, I guess, and that is the end of the Dugtrio. Thank goodness, I nearly got wrecked there at the end. Thank you for the battle, Super Bowser, and thank you very much for trolling me the whole time. It was very enjoyable getting hit by one-hit KO moves like time and time again. Let's get on to battle number 2 here. This is a battle against Cotmeister, and we have a pretty interesting team here as well. Okay, now the first Pokemon here is going to be Roserade. Now, Roserade is not a bad Pokemon for this team because it is actually a poison type. Thank goodness it's got that grass typing. Otherwise, things could have got pretty ugly. So swapping out Octillery wasn't exactly what you call the greatest matchup in the world there, and going into a Selga. I like a Selga. It's a really cool Pokemon. I wonder if we'll get any more ninja Pokemon in the future. Like, I feel like I could do like another ninja Pokemon thing. I'm sure I've done one of them before. Actually, I'm going to check after this. There might be a real avid Pip-Up watcher that already knows that question, but I don't know. I'm very, very certain that I've done a ninja Pokemon team. I mean, you couldn't do it without Greninja, though, right? Anyway, so back to the battle here. Just my rambling. We've got a Black Sludge Roserade, and it's going to confuse my Aselga with Swagger. So going for Acid Spray here. I guess the only thing going for Roserade is that going to be able to, like, take my moves here while it tries to do whatever it's going to do. And that is going to be Psych Up and Swagger. So it's going to give the Roserade a boost in attack by 2 stages. So it's going to be a physical Roserade. Now, what move is it going to be? That's the question, people. So I'm going to get confused there. I get another attacking move off, which is Acid Spray. And I've got to take this thing out real quick there, because it might have a very powerful move. And guess what, people? It does. It's got Fury Cutter. And I believe after the damage there, that is most certainly Technician. So the next Fury Cutter is easily going to be able to take out a Selga. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to lose this. So go for Acid Spray here. And it does pretty good damage, but it's not enough to take out the Roserade. I'm going to need, like, 1 more hit to take it out. Here comes the Fury Cutter Roserade, and it drops me, like, in, like, 2 shots. So I have to take this out there. I'm not losing to this thing. So it's going to get some more health recovery there from the Black Sludge too. So I'm going to opt here and descend in the Naganadel. I know this is going to be able to outspeed it, and I'll be able to resist the Fury Cutter, if I somehow do get outsped. So going for Acid here, trying to go for that Acid KO, and that works. So bye-bye Roserade. I'm very, very glad I didn't get wrecked by that. I mean, one of my Pokemon did, but, that's good enough there. At least, like, my other 5 did. So we're going to get that Speed Burst there. Next Pokemon to come in is going to be Scumbreon, and this was a really, this is a pain in the butt. So I have to swap out Naganadel here and go into Octillery. I thought I might be able to get some, some crits going here. So Umbreon is going to go for a Curse, and it's going to be very, very bulky. Umbreon already has, like, naturally good health and special defense too, so I'm like, I'm not actually sure how I'm going to be able to take this out. If it's got some form of recovery too, I was really, really worried. So the first thing I'm going to go for a Soaking. I'm going to turn it into a, they get that water type going, right? Then I thought, well, I could swap into my Appleton and then go for a super effective Apple Acids on it and drop its special defense by 2 stages at the same time. That's a good plan. Now, they're going to go for Sucker Punch again. It's a physical set, so that's a 4th gen Umbreon. Very nice. And the next Pokemon to come in here, because the Umbreon, I guess they guessed what I was doing with Apple Acid, is going to swap out, and Sceptile is going to come in there. So that's still doing pretty good damage to Sceptile. I'm pretty happy with that. So 3 of them should be enough to take it out. It's going to be a Dynamic Punch Sceptile, also from a very early gen there. Very nice, Gen 3. And it's going to get a Blunder Policy. So, Sceptile's such a slow Pokemon, it needs more, it needs more speed, right? So maybe it's like max health and max attack. I could be wrong. Like, I could be roasting in the wrong area there. So that's going to go for a Power Up Punch here. So Power Up Punch and Dynamic Punch. Very interesting. It's going to get an attack boost and a speed boost there. So go for another Apple Acid here. That's doing very good damage. One more turn, the Sceptile will be going down. What other moves does it have? That's the question. It's going to have Aerial Ace here. So the Custard Pie is nearly going to get cut in half right there. 2 of them would have been enough. However, I've got another Apple Acid. That's going to be the end of Sceptile. So a very, very interesting set there. A Dynamic Punch Sceptile. I don't like to get hit by those little hands. So next Pokemon here, it's going to be Sableye. So Sableye is actually quite a good Pokemon against this team too, with its typing. So I'm thinking to myself, I have to use Soak on this. I at least got to change its typing around. I don't know what sort of set it's going to be. So it's going to go for Knockoff. That does a heap of damage to Octillery, getting rid of my Salikbury too. Not that it really mattered against Sableye. I'm not really sure what sort of abilities it's got, whether it's got Prankster or something like that. I'm going to go for Soak, and now it's going to go for Power Punch. So another physical set. So it's got Power Punch and it's got Knockoff. Now it's going to go for Mimic. So these are Pokemon all from earlier generations, which is really cool. So that's a Gen 3 Sableye. Now I'm going to go for Acid Spray and try and drop its special defense. So Sableye will not be able to take me out with a Knockoff, but I feel like that's going to be probably its most powerful move at the moment. So it's got the item as leftovers here as well. It's not going to go down easy. Going for Acid Spray here again on Sableye, and is it's starting to do pretty good damage. Sableye's special defense really isn't great either. Now Sableye's going to go for yet another knockoff here. Since I don't have an item, it's not going to get a boost, and Octillery is actually going to be able to live that. So one more knockoff and my Octillery is going to go down, but I'm going to be able to get it one more Acid Spray off here, and I do, which is very, very good. Sableye can just go for a Power-Up Punch here and take my Octillery out, but at least it's on like a low amount of health, right? I believe that it doesn't have recovery. It might have recovery, I'm not really sure. So that's the end of Octillery. So it's used like 3 different moves. So Mimic, and it's used Knockoff, and it used Power-Up Punch. So it hasn't used any other moves yet. And it might have another coverage attacking move, you never know. So we're going to go into Naganadel. The closest is like kind of clear. So let's go for an Acid. I tried to feign as many Pokemon as I could, and it's going to have the Prankster Pain Splits instead of using Recover. So very, very nice. I'm going to go for Acid here, and Acid does a lot of damage, and it takes Sableye out. It's very, very nice to get those KOs with Acid there. So I'm going to get a nice little speed boost here, and we still got that Scumbreon to deal with and 2 other Pokemon. And of course, Umbreon is going to come into this matchup. Now, I thought to myself here, I really need to get some nasty plots up. I'm going to try and, take this thing out pretty quick. I'd need, to one-shot this, I'd need at least +4 or maybe even +6, right? Acid is very, very weak, too. So Umbreon's going to go for a Curse here. I know that it's got Sucker Punch and Curse already. It has revealed those moves, which is the problem. And it's got Quick Dash, so it's got, lots of priority moves. I'm trying to think if it's got any more priority moves that are attacking moves. I know that it have Baby Doll Eyes, but I don't think it's got any other. No, it's got Sucker Punch and Quick Attack, so a very, very nice set there, making use of Curse. I'm trying to think what it's other. You could have had some other move I don't know, Payback or something like that too. So Appleton's going to slide it in. We got another Quick Attack from the Umbreon. I guess they weren't sure whether I was going to go for a status move or not, so just opted to go for that. And I've got an Apple Acid here, so I'm going to need 3 Apple Acids to take out this Umbreon. And it's got leftover too, so it's not going down easy. But my Appleton's not going to go down easy as well. I also have Iron Defense too, so I could possibly do Iron Defense. But at this point in time, I need to get some special defense and some damage, some drops on this Umbreon, because it's extremely, extremely bulky. And there's still another really bulky Pokemon left on their team too that I was a little bit worried about. So now it's going to go for a Quick Attack again here. It's going to need probably 2 more to take me out, unless it's a max damage or a crit. 1 more Apple Acid should be enough to take out Umbreon. So now got -6 in special defense, which is very, very cool there. So Umbreon will go for either a Sucker Punch or a Quick Attack. It's going to go for another Quick Attack. I guess I expected I might go for Recover or something like that. I was almost going to go for that. I actually went for Apple Acid that turn, but Quick Attack did a little bit more than, I guess, the last turn. I guess that was a max damage roll there. Next Pokemon is going to be Slowking. Now, I know I'm weak to Sucker Punch, but something's going to happen here. So it's going to go for Sucker Punch. Obviously, I'm going to go for the Trick Room. So that's good. Sucker Punch has been used a lot of times already, too. So, must be quite low. At max, it's got 8 PP. I'd say Umbreon's used it like about 4 or 5 times at this stage, right? So now I'm going to go for a Dynamax Slowking. Now, Slowking is a max health, max special attack set, and I'm going to be trying to make use of Max Ooze on Acid as well. Now, it's a funny thing at the start of the video too, there was another Acid move called Acid Downpour, but that was from like a previous generations. That was from Z moves, so I wasn't actually able to use that, sadly, but maybe we'll get some more Acid-like moves in the future. I don't know, maybe some like more poison Pokemon I can use them, but it's very, very limited. It makes things very difficult. So go for Max Ooze, and that is enough to take out Umbreon. Obviously, with all those special defense drops, it was going to faint. This set is very, very slow with Quiet Nature and max special attack too. So it's making full use of the Trick Room. This is pretty much the Pokemon I used to get around Steel types, if Octillery had failed. And now we got the Snorlax coming in. I did really good damage to Snorlax with Max Ooze. I'm pretty happy about that. So getting 2 special attack boosts here. Snorlax is going to go for a Belly Drum. Like, okay, it's going to have Citrus Berry here, or like what's it going to have? So he didn't have a Citrus Berry. I was like, what the heck's going on here? However, it's going to have a Custap Berry. Custap Berry is going to allow it to go first, and it's going to be a G-Max Snorlax. So Snorlax has got +6 in attack now, and it's going to be using a Dynamax move here. So even if it's a really, really weak move, it's still going to be hitting me at like at least 90 to 100 base power. So it's like, well, that's going to direct my Slowking in one shot here. Now it's going to use its G-Max Replenish move, which also has a chance to replenish the health considering like a berry, and it did use Custap Berry too. So Slowking is going to get fainted there, and that is the end of that. So Custap Berry got around my speed in Trick Room too. Next Pokemon is going to be my Sliggoo. I'm thinking, well, I don't think I can take Snorlax out. This thing's got way too much health here, and it's still got the Trick Room too. It's going to go for a G-Max Replenish, and Sliggoo is down. It was using Payday there, by the way, and it got another Custap Berry back as well. So very nice set there. That's the end of my Sliggoo, people. I did my best. This was a very, very difficult team. I'll catch you tomorrow for another video. Peace out, people.